Hello again, everybody. We let me switch to this one. There we go. I was supposed to do that before, but I forgot. Okay. Yeah. I will be back in just a minute or so. I need to go to the restroom, but feel free to come on in. We got some excitement coming up here. The new lineup is coming up. David, welcome in. I will bring you into the Zoom once I get back from the restroom, so much more to come. Stay with us. Thanks for waiting, everybody. Yeah, and David is right. The Together Whererever journey just took another twist. Long story short, I'm doing the Together Wherever voiceover announcements until Irene steps in, which is correct. So why don't we start? My behind the scenes cover is well and truly blown now. But I won't put you on. I won't put you on video though, unless you want to be on video. But otherwise, I will not put you on video. This will be fine. So anyway, let's go say, let's start the thing up. Let's do the thing. Let's do the thing. Let's bring it in and start this announcement show. Oh wait, the announcement shouldn't start until the top of the hour. So maybe I should wait a little bit, but we gotta at least like do things. So I won't bring you in until the top of the hour. I can bring your audio in, but I won't officially like introduce you until we're ready to go. Tina, so good to see you back here. How you doing, Tina? Thank you for joining us again. Really appreciate it. I think we should do this though. So David, I'm about to bring your audio up. I would like to inquire as to whether you can hear me and see me, and you are free now to unmute yourself. Let's see what you. Let me. Oh, speaking of which, I need to. Nobody sees this, but I mean, but for David's sake, I need to adjust something in terms of my display. There we go. I'm good. Hey, Wasabi Wub was in here too. Hello, Elizabeth. How you doing? That's my cousin Elizabeth, Wasabi Wub. Were I streaming Notifer? Yes, I was. So we did a warm up stream, just I think a warm up piano stream, just so I could kind of warm myself up and practice some piano at the same time. So that was not the official stream. This is the official stream. We're barely starting that right now. So that other stream was just for fun. So we were just kind of throwing that out there. It might blow up my metrics, to be honest, but that's okay. It's completely fine. I don't do this show for the metrics. It's fun though. It's nice to have people there. We did have a pretty decent turnout in the beginning, but all in all, it was ultimately just a way to practice some piano, and it worked out really well. It was really fun. But I was streaming earlier, just to answer your question, and working. And now we're starting a new stream, but I'm still going. If that makes any sense. So, yeah. Oh, I hear a
Mystery
voice.
on.
Is that you? Hello.
Hey, Davey.
Hey, nice to meet you. Okay, so how do you feel before we start officially? Like, are your nerves all right? Everything okay?
I'm good.
Cool.
I'm good.
Cool. Okay. Well, that's fantastic. Let's start. So, I'm not sure if you've seen the start of a Sandwich Show stream before, but this is usually what we do. We play some music, and then I bring myself in, and then I'll bring you in. It's really a fun idea, a fun way to start. Let's see. There we go. That's right, folks. You get to hear the voice of David Slade. First, let's hear my voice. Hello, everybody. It was nice to have you back. My name is Davey. I'm the host of The Sandwich Show. I'm a talk show host that also can play music once in a while and do video games once in a while and all sorts of wacky stuff. So it's great to have you back. Great to have you all here tonight. We are about to announce this month's Together Whererever streamfests lineup and the New Tune Showcase lineup, which are both coming up this month. And it's all part of an incredibly long run of content here on the Sandwich Show, and I'll show you who we have coming up in the weeks ahead. It's pretty remarkable. So our next Q&A show is with a very talented guitarist, Jory Avner from Chicago. And on Wednesday, same week, we'll have Nick Black Music out of Memphis, he plays all sorts of instruments, but he's incredibly good at the guitar as well. And a whole lot of great streamers that follow Nick's spot in the weeks ahead, but we'll get to those another time. But back to the subject at hand, Together Whererever for June. Irene sends her best, but she's occupied with family things at the moment, so she cannot join us in real time yet. We hope to hear from her later, but for now we'll carry on as if we're doing this ourselves. So to help fill in, we are happy to introduce one of her beloved friends and one of the big organizers behind all of Irene's Raid Train related events and much more than that. Let's say hello via the audio to David Slade 007. David, welcome to the show. How's it going tonight?
Hi, Davey. Good to be here.
Absolutely. Glad to have you here. Now, I understand now you are from am I correct in saying you're from the UK? Is it right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So, just outside London.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, look, Irene's in the chat. Hello, Irene. Good to see you. Hi. I love it, Irene. Let's give Irene a shout out. Now, CT, no, remember you're not a mod anymore. So, well, we got the commands and all that. Don't worry about it. Um, so there you go. Oh, you know what? I think I need to reset something because I think the thing stopped working. Let me fix it. And away we go. Hold on a second. There we go. I have to do this over again. Okay. Okay, right on, right on. All good, all good. I didn't mean to be mean about that, but I keep messing. Oh, I don't know why this doesn't work. I need to get the alias working better. I think I'll fix that right now. But yeah, David, just tell a minute. If you can take a minute to share with the audience as to what you do and what your role is with Irene's work. Let's hear it.
Okay, I'll give you a few minutes to sort out what you need to do. Um, so my story with Irene is that does everyone remember the New Year's celebration where we sort of basically said hi
Mm-hmm.
to every time zone, and we finally worked out this that that takes 26 hours. Well, I was supporting Irene on that for that interesting journey. So I started off being Irene's mod, and then I then quickly noticed that there is this thing called Together Whererever, and after a little bit, I realised what it was trying to achieve and what good it does on Twitch. So I just offered a hand of support, just a background. If you need me, I'm here to support.
Mm-hmm.
And during the time, we've got to sort of 6 months later where uh, I'm working with Irene, the founder of Together Wherever, and we're doing raid trains, festivals, charities, and actually, I believe the Together Wherever is now getting larger and bigger from uh, to to something that's even more interesting than it was.
It
So
really
that's
has grown a lot, hasn't it? It's an incredible. It has become a very big event over time, and I'm really impressed with some of the folks you've been able to put on in to recruit for all of these events. Really, and Newtune as well, and so it's fascinating that your journey actually started at the beginning of the calendar year. I did not realize it was
yeah,
not. I thought
yeah.
it was longer ago than that. That's so interesting.
Well, I joined Irene's channel uh, way before that, but there was going back to the New Year's Eve thing. There was a call to arms, all multi-sword mods, to just work out how we could do this crazy idea. So, round about this sort of time, we were actually trying to work out how you do things, sorts, get connections to do update the chatbots, and it was really impressive watching all the mods work together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, but
It's it really is, and I mean, and when it comes to big events, that's definitely something you got to do. Thank you for the note for the update as far as my volume. I do notice that happening a lot where my volume is too high, and or too low, I should say, too low. Alan and Jason, welcome in. Can we give Alan a maybe I'll give you a shout out. Bring Me Rocks is in the chat. Hello, Bring Me Rocks. So nice to see you. Let me give Alan and Jason a shout out. Welcome in. But
there
yeah,
are so many names I know in your chat at the moment.
oh yeah, a lot of friendly faces here. I will say,
Absolutely.
yeah. I put the wrong command. I'm supposed to be together. Piney, oh, so good to see you. I loved your comment the other night when you said that you're driving in traffic and you were thinking the "I Predict a Ride" song. I think that was really funny. So it's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, but yeah, so that's what we're here for. It runs all day, the Together Wherever Streamfest lineup, and
Yes.
I would love to hear your observations as to what it's like. Like, what are your takeaways from this raid train as you watch them and as you organize them?
I've got many thoughts on it. and I've been trying to do things about it. So
Mm-hmm.
um, I've we've looked together, Irene and myself. We've looked at who we who and how we select things to go on there, and also in particular because I can look at it from a mod's eye. Is the channel ready to go on a raid train? Are they ready to showcase their channel
Mm-hmm.
to the world?
Mm-hmm.
Because this is a networking event, both for people who don't know your channel, that you're hoping you get followers, and fellow streamers to see you. And so we've tried to make sure that, or I have, from making sure that they've got the basics set up. They've got a shout out command, and they've got the raid there, and they've got mods who could be on the day there actually supporting the channel. Because we have a selection, so the selection is, and we have very small streamers up to partner level. So the partner
Mm-hmm.
levels know what's going on and they're ready for everything. The small streamers, this may be the first time they're on a raid train.
Right. Right.
So we try and do all the heavy lifting for them, give them some guidance, and it normally ends up, hopefully, a nice experience for them. And then they just want to go back on it again. Because that's part, what we say is the Together Wherever, once you're on as a music streamer, you're part of the family. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not a one-off. We say come back another time, give it a little while, and you can come back. If you've got something to promote, you've got a single coming out, give either Irene and me a call, and we'll get you back on the raid train or something, so you've got another opportunity to do that with. So that's a little bit of our philosophy, or how I see it anyway.
Very cool synopsis, and I do like the mix as well. It gives everybody a chance to shine, and the new streamers and the ones starting out, the ones who are just growing, the ones who just hit affiliate, things like that. It can be a chance for people to get to know them, and it's really been a great venue for that. And then as far as the bigger streamers, the partner streamers, it's a great chance to showcase what they
Mm.
do, and kind of, if people were not familiar with with their work, it gives them a chance to, oh man, this is a cool thing too. Let's go follow. You can never have too many followers on this platform, so even though one may be a partner streamer, I still think that there's value for them being a part of a raid train like this. So all in all, good spot. So let's announce this month's lineup. You ready to do it? Let's see. I'm gonna just look at the slides up.
Okay.
Let me know
Okay.
if you see them. If they're backwards, let me know. 'Cause I think because I don't know. Sometimes the Zoom does things with the settings that make
Okay.
them go backwards. So, um, okay. So is that look okay?
That's good.
Good.
That's
Okay.
good.
So this is our lineup, folks, and it's happening Saturday, June 25th,
Yep.
all over Twitch. So the way it works is that when when it's a particular time, you can see, for example, 10 a.m. Eastern time. All times are Eastern. You must just go to the Twitch channel listed under this column, Twitch channel. So, and in fact, you can follow that Twitch channel now, and we'll do shout outs for each of these folks
Mm.
to make sure that you have them on file when it's time for the raid train. So, I advise anyone interested in this raid train, please give everybody here a follow. And now, let's introduce each of the folks in our lineup to this coming month. And we're going to start first by asking everybody to get the dun 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 emotes ready in the chat, because we love to drum it up. So if you are a subscriber to the Salmon Show, use dun 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 in the chat.
Dum dum dum.
Dun dun dun. Love it. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start at 10 o'clock Eastern Time, 7 o'clock Pacific Time. And I do not know who any of these folks are yet, because I got the file, but I got it
Yep.
exactly like this. I did not
Oh,
see
wow.
what's underneath, so I
Okay.
have no idea. So dun dun duns. Dun dun dun.
Dum dum.
Here we go. Dan Tremblay music. Hey, you know what's so interesting about that? Dan Tremblay music does some cinematic music.
You know.
I-
What do you know?
I do, because he's also going to be part of Dinosaur Streamfest a week earlier.
Okay.
And I'm raiding into him. Like we at the Sandwich Show have a show too. So we're gonna raid into Dan Tremblay. So I'm gonna get to know Dan Tremblay a lot. So congratulations,
Well,
Dan.
yeah. Well, he's a small streamer, but he was originally from Ottawa, Canada. So, but the interesting thing about him is that he studied music so much because he did Montreal where he studied music and lived there for 20 years. Then he became a trumpet professor, and then finally he became a music director of a symphony. But I, the way I'm taking this that if the Together Wherever train was a bit of a Twitch landscape, this is where you want to start off with on the journey, because he actually evolved the sounds of a full cinematic sort of ambient sound music that you don't really hear anywhere else. I don't know if you agree with that, but it's like the credits are rolling up. You
Mm-hmm.
see in a movie, and we're just on the journey of the ray train. But
Very cinematic indeed, right? Like that's a good mood. It's a good vibe. That sounds like a great. It is a great. And it's great scheduling too. Like having that to start the day. That's a really cool call. That's really good. So, Dan, we're looking forward to seeing you on the 25th. It should be really fun. So that's 10 o'clock Eastern. At 11,
right,
following Dan, what we'll do, if you're not familiar with how the raid train works, basically at the end of his stream, which will be at 11 o'clock, his channel and the people in it will raid out to the next streamer, which means that they're gonna go to this. They're gonna automatically take you to this other Twitch channel, and then you get an opportunity to follow and do all the things. I recommend following anyway. In front of that.
hmm.
So here we go. After Dan Tremblay at 11 a.m. Eastern, we will be seeing. Get ready.
Dum
Dun, dun,
dum dum.
dun. Get some dun 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 in the chat, everybody. It's waiting for sufficient dun dun dunnage. All right, ready? Ready? Okay.
Already.
Dun dun dun. At 11. Thank you, Bring Me Rocks. Andy Boing. Andy Boing. So
Yeah.
what can you tell us about Andy?
Well, we're skipping out of the states. We're actually going to Germany. And he performs on the piano uh, under the bongs. He's got many songs released on Spotify, and he's turning into an interesting streamer because he's gone past 7,000 followers on his Twitch community.
Hmm.
So that's an interesting one.
It's a very good following. So Andy Bong, let's. I look forward to seeing
Yeah.
what he will bring to the table too. So pretty good stuff. Thank you for the synopsis, David. Let's continue with noon Eastern time following Andy on the Together Wherever raid train. Here it comes.
Get those dum dum dum
Dun
emotes
dun
ready.
duns in the chat, everybody. Get those dun dun duns ready. And in 3, 2, 1. Dun dun
Dum
dun.
dum.
Scott Watson music.
Right. I'm not sure if you know Scott, but he's on my side now. He's
Okay.
actually up in Scotland, so he's West Scotland, who actually lives on a small island in Scotland. So he does a mixture of traditional Scottish music and modern covers. And the funny thing, if you're in the know, is that he streams from his room, which he calls the Haggis Farm. So if you know what a haggis is made of, he actually makes got a little joke going.
Oh,
Because
okay.
that haggis is something that you eat in Scotland.
Oh. Okay, okay. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
If you're in the know, especially, that must be a really clever joke. Okay, so that's great. So Scott Watson, not noon. And over in Scotland, I think it would be, 5 o'clock p.m. at that point. I'm trying to think. That'd be right? Close to that?
Possibly like that.
Okay. And Jason says God has the best Johnny Cash medley on Twitch. Really? Yeah, wow. That's worth the price of admission. Okay. All right. So, at 1 o'clock Eastern, following Scott Watson music, which sounds really great. We were already off to a great start here.
Yeah.
We say hello to. Get rid of the dun dun duns in the chat. Dun dun
Dun, dun.
dun. Here we go. And it is Sally Wallock.
Yep. So we're going back to Canada, who's just celebrated 2,000 followers on her channel. And for those who don't know her, she's a multi-instrumentalist, singer-songwriter, and producer. So she mostly plays original songs and creates her own covers that people love. So it's an interesting channel. It's someone that a lot of people would, I think, will like.
It's really cool. And Tina French in the chat says she's great. So already one endorsement from folks in the chat. That's really cool. So 1 o'clock Eastern, yep. Sally Wallock. Tune in and follow with the shout out we have in the chat. You can follow Sally immediately. All right. So
and if you haven't worked it out, we're zigzagging all around the globe.
Oh yes.
On this raid train.
Well, it's the beauty of the internet. You can go many distances in short amounts of time. It's pretty cool. So, all right. So I am familiar with Sally Wallock as well. I have not been to her stream in a bit, but I can see Tina is a big fan, and that's really cool. So we look forward to her show. Now, following Sally at 2 Eastern, we say hello to dun 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 dun, dun. Corey Clark Live.
Wow. So we're going back to Austin. Who people who don't know is a multi-instruments and does live looping. And he's been playing the guitar for 20 years. So he crafted his skills in bands and bars. He knows his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So he's really enjoyable to listen to.
And and the Islands definitely know him because we've seen a lot of references to Corey Clark Live, and I believe he's even been part of the chat at Island Vibing Presents. So it's definitely someone we are familiar with, and a very good pick for this Together Whererever raid train. Congrats, Corey, on making it here to the raid train. Let me go ahead and give a shout out to Corey. I may have heard of him. Fun. Says adjacent. All right. Well, so that's at 2 Eastern. And at 3 Eastern, Corey Clark Live. We'll go out and raid. Get the dun dun duns ready in the chat. Dun dun dun. Dun dun. Tupelo Lime.
Now, this is someone that not many people have heard of, but this is he's in the UK, but he has actually toured America with country music and everything else. So he's, as he says, he spent decades snaking down the wicked roads of America, working as needed, looking for gigs, looking for fulfillments of words and poetry, and all that sort of stuff. And along the way, he's played commercial to pop country. So, and he mostly performs his own work with a few covers. And when we get to see him, he'd be just back from touring Germany.
Wow!
So
no kidding.
This is a serious musician that is in demand, who also does Twitch. So he may have a small number of followers at the moment, but if you went to his gigs, you would be really surprised.
Now that's pretty cool.
So,
and what's interesting, he's an expat, right? Based on all of that, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
A tour of, it's so interesting that Germany is like big on music too. I know that hard rock's a big thing over there as far as tours there. And so country too. That's cool to hear. That's cool to hear. So Tupelo, give. Oh, well, let me do the shout out first, and then we'll give Tupelo.
Okay.
Oh shoot, I didn't. Lime. Sorry, my fault. Tupelo lime. Are there limes in Tupelo? There might be. The Tupelo is a town in Mississippi. That's really interesting. So very
You
good.
may
So
have
that,
picked it from there.
yeah, right. I've never been, so I can only speculate. But Tupelo
Okay.
lime will then raid from his channel to
Yeah.
this channel at 4 Eastern, and it is.
Get those emotes
Get
ready.
those dun ready. Dun dun
Dun,
dun.
dun.
Summer Dawn music.
Yeah. So she is really doing well. So I think she's going to be whizzing up and getting multiple followers very soon. Well, she's already doing it. She's a singer-songwriter currently in the Caribbean islands, but she's got a home both in Honduras and Connecticut. Um, so
What?
yeah. So she does diving when she's not playing music. Um, so she's a singer-songwriter that's toured over America and done countries before lockdown happened. And then she started playing the piano at 4, to give you an idea.
Wow, no kidding.
So
Wow.
yeah. So she actually ended up playing out in Arizona, and
Mm-hmm.
she got a load of awards out there. And she's currently out there in that small island with a marine husband who does an organisation on scuba stuff that all close therapy to vets with PTSD and other wounds from combat. So she's an interesting lady,
Oh
and
yeah.
she's also, as you expect, got an album released out in Spotify. So interesting.
Very, very cool. Let me give a shout out to Summer Dawn Music, who, by the way, is another friend of the islands. Islanders adjacent says another Islander, which is cool, very cool. So, well, friend of the islands or is a friend of the Sam fan as well. So that's the fact. So Summer Dawn Music, give Summer Dawn Music a follow and watch out for her show coming up on the 25th. But also watch out for her shows before too, because these folks are streaming all the time. Like they're not streaming just for this day; they'll be streaming
Mm,
regularly. And I think it's always really cool to get to know a streamer before a raid train, just to get a feel for what they do and what they might do for a big event like this. It's really cool. So
mm.
very good. So thank you very much for the rundown. Tina, thank you for the subscription. Wow, I'm so honored. Thank you so much, Tina. Oh my goodness, thank you. Welcome to the Sam Fam Sub Club. True story. Club sandwiches are really good, but Tina Francis, I need the dun dun dun. Oh, right on. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
There's one coming up, Tina.
Yeah, there's one coming up. Are you ready? Island says I haven't seen her on stream, but I meant she's on an island. Oh, oh, sorry. You were saying that literally. Okay, right on. That's cool though. She says in an island. Jason says she's wondering. Okay, the dun dun duns are coming in. Let's do some more dun dun duns at 5 o'clock Eastern on Together Wherever. Dun dun
Dun
dun.
dun.
Muley music.
Yep, we've gone back to Canada.
Love it.
So she's an interesting lady. Um, and how many people do you know that can sing in English, French, German, and trying to sing in Spanish, Italian, and Japanese? Hands up. No, no, right.
Wow.
So she plays guitar and does a little
Mm-hmm.
bit of looping, and she's always trying to do some laughs and some cozy vibes on her channel. And she's also released a song and stuff that's out on SoundCloud.
Well, that's really cool. Now, folks from her world call her Mimi, and it's
Yes.
really cool to have her part of this raid train. That's really great. And it looks like the
Yep.
folks in the chat love Mimi too.
Yeah. It looks like Tina's already on our channel because it looks like that could be our emote.
Yeah, those look like yep, they are in fact Mimi emotes. Emotes. Tina French is in on the scene. I love it. And
Yep.
Irene says
Yep.
Miali is the collective fam. That's great. That's great. So
Yes.
Mimi's in the collective fam. That's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I
That's
didn't know
really
if I should mention that or not.
yeah, very cool. So Mimi, welcome in. Glad you made it to this month's Together Wherever, and enjoy. May you have a great show.
Yep.
And then from that great show at 6 o'clock Eastern. All right, who's ready for some dun dun duns? Dun
Let's
dun
get
duns
those
in the
emotes
chat.
going.
Let's do it. 6 Eastern. Following Mimi. Dun dun
Dun,
dun. Natalie Hamilton music. Oh my goodness, that's great.
Yeah, we've just gone back to New York. So everyone hopefully maybe knows Natalie. So she's a talented singer-songwriter that blurs the lines between various genres. So she's amazing. I think her channel is just going to get bigger and bigger. I found one quote which is really good. A magazine that you've probably never heard of called Rolling Stone. And the writer said simply um, sings from the heart. And the final bit of the quote was, I simply wonder where the hell she's been as a songwriter and why she hasn't crossed my radar before. So for Rolling Stone to actually write that in one of their,
Impressive.
it's worth having a quick look.
The Rolling Stone. The Rolling Stone made that comment. That is indeed high praise. High praise indeed.
Yeah.
So really cool. Natalie Hamilton, congratulations. Welcome in to Together Wherever for June. I believe, and I will confirm. So let me just get this. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on a second. I will make sure I'm following Natalie if I'm not already, because I thought I was, but I'm gonna double check. But you should follow Natalie Hamilton music too. Should be a really good time. Okay, so it's starting to heat up even more. It's already been hot from the start, but it's really heated up here, and now we head into prime time. So Natalie Hamilton music will be rating at 7
Get those emotes.
Ready for those dun dun duns? Get those dun dun duns ready. Here we go. Dun dun
Dun,
dun.
dun.
Aubry music.
Yes, I'm sure a big fan. So, for those who don't know, another singer-songwriter based in Nashville, originally from San Diego. So, she got a record deal and everything else, and she's now just gone back to being an independent. So, she's an amazing lady.
100%. A very unique channel. We've seen her on the raid trains before. Notably, the Help Wonder raid train was was a place where a lot of people learned about her. She's terrific. She's just a very good, as you mentioned, Nashville-based singer-songwriter, and she's got real personality. Let's go. Ooh. I'm in such in host mode. I have to remember to. Okay, hold on. Okay, follow Aubry music in the chat if you're not already. Click the link there and give her a follow. Very cool channel. So
You can't do any wrong watching her channel.
absolutely not. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right, David. I love that comment. It's a very good comment. Okay, so we've covered many different parts of North America. We've covered many different parts of Europe, and as far as I know, I think that's what we have so far. But I'm sure other parts of the world have been covered over the year or so of Together Wherever. Let's see what else is left in the map tonight.
Well, I'm going to give you a little hint, just a teaser. We're going to change the tone next.
Change the tone.
Change of tone.
Change of tone. So we could be going far. We could be going wide. from Nashville at Aubry Music. We raid over at 8 o'clock Eastern too. Get the dun dun duns in the chat. Dun dun
Dun
dun.
dun.
Lisa Warren Serenity Harp.
Yep, I said change of tone.
Aha!
So we've gone back to Canada, where Lisa is a Canadian harpist and composer, and something many people have never heard of. Have you heard of a sound worker? Have you heard that term before?
No. Interesting.
Yeah, she claims she's a sound worker, someone who plays relaxing music to help you feel good. There is yeah, that is a word.
Your listen at workstation? I guess is that what that idea?
Sound worker, sound Werker.
Okay.
It's official. Yeah. So she's been playing the harp since 2017, and she's never put it down since, as she says. So, but on her channel, she does more than that. She plays keyboard, violin, trumpet, clarinet, saxophone, tin whistle, and the list goes on. But most people know her from playing the harp.
Cool.
So it's a little bit different, varying the raid train a little bit.
Well, I mean, harp. There is a growing community of harp streamers on Twitch, and they're all very good. So, I do know the name Lisa Warren, so I'm confident it'll be a very good stream and a very laid back, smooth groove. But let's see where it takes us after that. So, from the smooth groove in Canada, at 9 o'clock Eastern, we raid out 2. Dun dun duns in the chat, everybody. Dun dun
Dun
dun.
dun.
Ryan Sandy Music.
Right. So he's a small streamer, and by the way, we've just got on a plane because he's a singer-songwriter from Bali, Indonesia.
Whoa.
I told you we're traveling around the world.
Certainly are. Wow.
Irene, put those world globes in.
I know. She doesn't fool around when she says wherever. Like, she means it.
Well, yeah, it was in the title, so I took her at the word. So Ryan sings sort of songs with his guitar, piano, and uke, and he just likes singing songs. So I thought, okay, let's put a small streamer into the mix and give him a leg up on his journey on Twitch.
Dig it. I dig it. So, for a lot of us, we're going to get to know Ryan Sandy Music during this raid train, and that's really great. So, give Ryan Sandy Music a follow now. It's an opportunity to get to know a growing streamer who could become a thing. And wouldn't you want to be the one that says, I was there when he became a thing? That's really cool. So, Indonesia, very, very, very far and wide. Hopefully, it's a good hour for him to stream in terms of time zone. So, 9 Eastern, I would guess it's like...
You can imagine my conversations.
Yeah, right? I don't know what time that is over in Indonesia. I'm guessing 9 a.m. I'm not sure.
And it gets interesting as well because in the Together Whererever land, the core time zone is Eastern, and I'm speaking from the UK, and we're going. So I'm trying to relate things to my time zone, Eastern zone, and wherever the time zone of the music streamer. Then trying to work out what the best time that's not ridiculous for them to actually join the raid train.
No doubt, no doubt. I mean, it's an incredible challenge when you talk about folks from like the farther and wider away. But it's great that they have the enthusiasm to join this community event. It's really cool. So Ryan Sandy Music, we're excited to meet you on this raid train, and we're excited to see you raid out at 10 o'clock Eastern. This could be a big one. Let's see. Dun 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 in the chat. Here we go. Dun dun dun.
Dun.
The Roxy Paradox. Yes.
So he is really up and coming in my eyes. He may not have the actual numbers yet, but he's an award-winning Canadian singer-songwriter. And he has an interesting sort of, as he says, he's born as a Congo of an Italian father and a Persian mother, and diverse
Oh wow.
roots, an influence on her music style.
Yeah.
So another person who's actually able to sing in multiple languages.
Hmm.
Um, so
And I think
it's
I've
a whole
been.
diverse of songs and different cultures.
That's so cool.
So and you know how I was saying how many people we don't know that maybe can sing in many languages.
Hmm.
Uh, Here comes the second one: English, French, Spanish, Persian, Italian, Japanese, and Chinese.
That's impressive. Wow. So much versatility. Roxy's gonna be a knockout at karaoke. Holy cow.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. And like I said, I think I've been. So she's one of my follows. So like it's really cool to see her in a raid train tonight, this month. So
Yeah, and she also wants to be a Disney princess. So,
well, that's a dream for a lot of people. Yeah, that tracks too. Like I've been, and yeah, no, that tracks. That really does. So Roxy, welcome into the Together Wherever community for this month. Now, the Roxy Paradox will go out and raid at 11 Eastern time.
yeah.
And her dog sings too. Oh, I think I remember that. Yeah, yeah. I think I actually was there when their dog sang. I should remember that. So Tina French, good information. Hey, Vibing's in the chat. Let's give Vibing a shout out. Welcome in. I do agree she's amazing. And Vibing, you are too. Good to see you again. Y'all have got to be following Island Vibe Presents. They'll be back next week with new Q&A, discussions, shenanigans, and an hour-ish of conversation with a content creator. Similar to what we do at the Sandwich Show, but they do it their way, and it's really fun. So let's continue on with the Together Wherever Streamfest down to two time slots. The Roxy Paradox was at 10 Eastern, and at 11 Eastern, she will raid out to... Here we go. Get the dun-dun-dun in the chat. Dun dun dun. Dun. The phones. Hey,
we're back on the plane and going to Chicago.
Love it.
So yeah, so the Fonz, to anyone who's seen, has been performing music for the last 15 years as a lead singer and a rhythm guitarist in many bands. So it started playing solo and looping with a passion. So someone who really loves the music, what they're doing, and performing on Twitch. Can't get better than that in my eyes.
You're right about that. Another friend of the Island family too. And I have been, and yes, he's a cool guy. He's a very cool guy. He lives up to the name in a lot of ways. So, and I dig it. The Vibing says I was lurking through adjacent. So right on. Yeah, I know. So many Island friends in this raid train. It's really cool. So we go down to our closer, and the Fonz would be a tough act to follow. But
yeah, and I think I'm going to do a little bit of irony coming up. So just a warning.
Oh, wait, hold on. Before we do this thing. Oops. You definitely want to make sure we shout out the Fonz. So there we go.
Yeah.
Boom. There you go. So the Fonz, give the Fonz music a follow. You don't have to wait until the 25th. Follow them now. It's a good hang. All right. So the Fonz will raid into our final streamer. Wait, you know what? I think I know who this is. I think I know.
No idea. I've got no idea.
You have no idea, huh? Really?
No.
Okay.
No.
The Fonz music. At 12 Eastern.
This is where the irony comes in.
Oh, there's an I involved. That's for sure.
No idea.
Oh, all right. The Fonz music raids into at 12 Eastern, 12 a.m. Eastern. Dun dun dun. Irene Pena music.
I've got no idea. Maybe some help in the chat.
So what can you tell us about Irene?
Well, I used to mod for Irene, but I think I've just been unmodded. So yes, the founder of this event, and a very nice stream. Sometimes playing alone, sometimes playing with her husband, the hippo.
Absolutely.
And And I suppose it's nice for me to do this rather than Irene introducing herself, so we can say things about her that she won't actually say. So, so, so she plays a lot of stuff. She's
Hmm.
fearless.
Hmm.
Um, Whoever jumps on other people's channels and then actually goes to their song list and does a live learn from other people, she's a fearless lady, and someone that you should enjoy watching.
Oh, thank you for the bits, Irene. That's really nice of you. Absolutely unnecessary to do that, but thank you so much for your generosity, folks. Give Irene a follow. As David broke it all down beautifully, she's a big reason why we're all here, and it's really great to see her in the
Yeah.
chat, and it's going to be great to see her again at the tail end of this Together Wherever Streamfest. Tremendous work once again, and Bring Me Rock says she lives in the best coast. Sorry. Just saying. Same here. Best coast for me too. We're on the same coast, so it's really great. Irene says, thank you for supporting this festival and all streams. Absolutely. And that goes for all of you in the chat. Thank you for your support as well. So, as we mentioned, all the folks who are in here, give them a follow. You see them on the screen. Get to know them over the course of the next month. And then on the 25th, let's see them all together at Together Wherever. And Jason says, nice, I'm glad she lives close by to us. Ha, 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 ha. See, this is not something you have to worry about in England, because the coasts are like so much closer together, so there's no real rivalry. I don't know.
Yeah, you are only 120, 130 miles from the coast in any direction
Mm-hmm.
from anywhere in the UK,
Yep.
something like that.
Good conditions for golf sometimes, right? So I said sometimes. Oh, I love it. So, but anyway, congratulations to everybody who made it here to Together Wherever. It's going to be another very fun raid train coming up in June, and it's great to see you all here. And very good lineup. I mean, this is terrific. A lot of friends of ours, a lot of friends of the Island family, a lot of friends of Irene's family, and then she mentioned that a number of these streamers are part of the collective, which is
Yes.
Is it a Twitch group? Like one
Yeah.
of the Twitch groups?
So the way I describe it, which I may be wrong, but they're handpicked streamers that Twitch has selected to give them mentoring and training on how to grow their channel and be to develop themselves in the journey. So
Cool. Very cool. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, it's really great. So one of our traditions here on the Together Wherever Streamfest announcement show is we also like to recap the announcement with the starting lineup style redeem. Now, I'm not going to use the redeem points. I usually don't. So this will be a bonus starting lineup. And so we'll recap all the folks in this lineup. And now what's going to be interesting about this is that I have to do this a little differently because well, no, it'll be fine. I'll see it. I just thought no one's going to see it on the screen. That's fine. So let's do it. Okay. So, folks, here comes the starting lineup for the Together Wherever Streamfest in June 2022. Let's do it. With the music and everything. Here we go. And now, here comes the lineup for the Together Wherever Raid Train lineup for June 25th, 2022. Leading off Together Wherever for the month of June, starting at 10 o'clock Eastern Time, Dan Tremblay Music. Then at 11 o'clock Eastern, it is Andy Ball. At high noon in the East Coast, we follow Andy with Scott Watts. Then, at 1 o'clock Eastern Time, we raid over to Sally Wallock. Then, at 2 o'clock Eastern Time, Sally will raid the people over to Corey Clark. At 3 o'clock Eastern Time, Corey will raid the people over to Tupelo. Then, at 4 o'clock Eastern on Together Whererever for June 2022, Tupelo will raid Summer Dawn Then, at 5 o'clock Eastern Time, Summer will raid the people out to Meowly Music. And from Meowly Music at 6 Eastern, we raid over to Natalie Hamilton Music. Later on, at 7 o'clock Eastern, we raid from Natalie's channel to Aubry Music. And from Aubry Music, at 8 o'clock Eastern, we raid over to Lisa Warren Serenity Hall. Then, at 9 o'clock Eastern, we raid over to Ryan Sandy Music. And just when you think maybe that was a lot of music, it's not the end. More music to come at 10 o'clock Eastern as we raid over to the Roxy Paradox. And after the Roxy Paradox, we raid on ahead to the Font at 11 o'clock Eastern Time. And after the Font at 11, we raid one last time at midnight Eastern and head on over to the co-founder of the Together Wherever raid train, the host of Irene Painted Music, and the host and organizer of the New Tune Showcase from the Pacific Northwest, Irene Pena Music. Ladies, gentlemen, and non-binaries, you're Together Whererever June 2022 Streamfest lineup. Fantastic, everybody. Thank you very much for your participation with the emotes. There we go. Thanks for the emotes, everybody. Thank you for the claps. Thank you for the pump it ups. That was really great. All right. So David, as you can see, there's quite a lot going on that stream on the Streamfest this coming month, and as you mentioned, you gave us a great rundown and synopsis of each of these streamers. It should be really fun. Yeah, thank you. Go ahead. I appreciate you. Tina says this has been very exciting. Great lineup. Appreciate you. But also my appreciation to Irene and yourself for putting this all together. It's a lot of work. I mean, think of all the DMs you have to make this happen.
Yeah, I've had to pay the extra on my Discord now because we can talk about this in a little while, but we got some big festival and music things coming up in the next couple of months. And in that alone, we will be 80 plus music streamers
Wow.
just in 1 month coming up
Wow.
as
Wow.
a
Wow. Wow.
teaser. So you can imagine what it's like managing both. We've got the raid train, we've got the next thing that you may be going on to, but I also want to sort of at the appropriate time, you tell me when, give a little bit of a look ahead
Absolutely.
of where we're going.
Absolutely. Well, we will do that at the top of the hour. Like the new
Yeah.
tune showcase lineup, we will reveal then. That's only about 7 minutes away though, so we can keep talking about like what's to come here and together wherever. But it is really great. Now, Jylon and Jason, thank you so much for your kind words. Great work, everyone. Yeah, and it is great, and I mirror that to Irene and David, and as we were just talking about, like it just there's so much that goes into it, and it's just I just think it's a good moment to really show our appreciation for all you do to make these events happen. It's definitely a lot of work, and I'm glad to see that you felt the reward from all the work that you do. That's really cool. So like, it's really great to see that. So more of the same. We hope coming up in June. Hopefully, gets a
Mhm.
big turnout, which it usually does. Like we did really well. We did. I say we, but we did. No, but I think it's fair to claim that part of this. Like we did a great job with the May version of Together Wherever.
We
Um,
were hitting regularly over 100 viewers going from each raid train.
yeah, yeah, you're right. Because like I was there in the midday, so in the middle of the raid train basically, and it was nonstop. It was like you said, right around 100 people the entire
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
That's an impressive run. An
We went
impressive
up
run.
to 200 plus at one point,
Wow.
250 or something.
Well, that speaks to the enthusiasm for music on this Twitch platform. That's really great. It's really great. I'm not surprised though. Like you get great streamers together, and I feel like the community will follow. I think it's really terrific. So,
Mm.
um, very well done. That's very cool. Um, I mean, do you remember any particular highlights as far as the shows themselves? Do you remember any moments from those shows that might have stood out to you?
Uh, well, I did like the way I've on the May one. I did like that I got Luna to raid her parents. That one was good because I don't think many raid trains have actually done that one before.
Mm-hmm.
So that was good and novel. And of course, in all the raid train's been going for over a year now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's interesting how Twitch themselves are sort of once in a while have put the actual raid trains on the front page. So we seem it's interesting, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I dig it. It is absolutely very interesting. And Irene says you are together wherever family, Davey, and that's really nice of you to say that. It really is. It's really cool.
yeah,
I
you are.
I love being part of this family. It's a really cool family, very entertaining family too, with all the hot spicy challenges and things like that, and the 26-hour streams and my
Tell
goodness,
me about it.
right?
Irene did it, and I modded it.
I
Yeah,
know.
my
Like people go like, "Oh, I'm doing a 12-hour stream." They're like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, big deal." Like you done, we did 26. You beat that. You know what's so ridiculous? I was up. So I'm on. Yeah, I'm on West Coast time. So I had
Mhm.
every advantage, and I don't know how this happened. I had gone all out on New Year's. It was a family party, but we went all out, and I was just like gassed, and I was just lying on my pillow. And I go on my phone. Line one is like, who could be on at 4 in the morning? And it was Irene was still on. It's unbelievable. And I'll
Yeah.
never forget that. I'll never forget that.
No, it was all a little bit sit on your pants.
Yeah, yeah,
I thought I what I would do is be there at the mod, get to midnight, maybe 2 o'clock.
yeah.
Stateside mods will be taking over. So it got to about 2 or 3 o'clock, and then I realised that all the stateside mods were actually hosting the channel, not actually active in the channel.
Mm-hmm.
So I carried on a
Oh my goodness,
little bit longer than I thought I was going to be.
that's wild,
But
man.
we did it. It was
Yes.
either viewed as once in a lifetime thing. I don't think we haven't talked about this yet, Irene. I don't know if Peter's challenged you to do it again or not, but I don't know if it's good for our health.
How
Keep
much
doing
of that
it.
was Peter in on though? That's the thing. He's gonna be challenging you, Peter the modding mod. Like if he's gonna be challenging you to these things, how much of that was he staying up for? Like like I'm there for an hour.
Yeah. He set it up, went away.
I know. Like
Yeah. Yep.
sus,
Yep.
sus.
He's known within the Twitch community for that, and we love him for that.
We do though. Peter's great.
He's the friendly troll mole.
Absolutely.
Mod.
And to give it up for Peter the modding mod too. For I think Peter
Yeah.
streams too. So let me go ahead and shout out Peter the modding mod.
Yeah, he does games.
He does. There we go. Yeah, FIFA 22.
Yeah.
I've seen that before. Yeah. I've
Yeah.
seen the FIFA 22 stream on his channel.
Yeah.
So Peter the modding mod, give him a follow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just honored to have seen the ending. It doesn't seem like anybody did, so but I just happened to be very lucky. I mean, I was gassed myself, but not like you. You both were gone.
Well, well, Irene carried on pressing buttons, and we ended up. Irene actually moved it onto a mobile phone.
That's right. I remember. And then
We
she was posing
shut
from her
everything
bed.
down, then I reminded that she is still streaming, so she probably doesn't want to go all the way up the stairs. So she
Yeah.
sat on the stairs and actually said final goodbye. And then they did
That was
the
good
camera.
times. Folks,
Yeah.
we just got an enormous raid from Ryan, that E-Flat guy. Let's welcome him in. How you doing, Ryan?
Hi, Ryan.
I predict a riot. I predict a riot. Whoa. There we go. Ryan, that E-Flat guy. So good to see you again. And Mats, can we give Ryan that a shout? Oh, you did. Okay. Thanks, Jamie. Got ahead of it. So good to see you. Ryan, how was your stream? Doing good? That's great. That's so great. I predict a Ryan too, Pinball. I predict a Ryan. I predict a Ryan. Yeah.
And Ryan is also a member of the Wherever family. So
No doubt about it. He's been on Together Whererever before. Really good time. So, folks, was there a theme to your show tonight, Ryan? That's something I know that you do. Let me know. Let us know. I'm really glad to see you. So, Ryan, that E-Flat guy is an extremely talented pianist who gives lessons and performs for functions and also performs at various events. And I remember recently he mentioned being at a wedding. But on Twitch, he does an incredible, very, very, very engaging piano stream, and he did one tonight. And it's so good to see you, Ryan. So give that Ryan, that E-Flat guy, a follow, everybody, please. It's an incredible hang. He's the nicest guy too. And those of you who are joining us, my name is Davey. I'm the host of Sandwich Show. It's a talk show we do once a week, where we feature content creators throughout Twitch. And folks who are writing in from Ryan's channel, I will show you who we have coming up on our show in the next few weeks. On Monday, we're going to feature talented looper and guitarist Jory Avner, a.k.a. Jory Avner Music on Twitch. Really good hang. He's from Chicago. And on Wednesday, we'll be hearing from Nick Black Music out of Memphis, who can play all kinds of instruments. Incredibly good with his Ableton device, too. What an incredible talent there from Memphis. And then on the 13th, we're going to have Emily Mcvicker, who's just an insanely good looping artist, singer-songwriter out of Seattle. And on the 24th, I know that Ryan uses one of his songs as a closing song. So Young Sub 3 will be joining us. I don't exactly know if I have the spelling correct, but Jack Nadeau, a.k.a. Young Sub 3, will be joining us on the 24th. And then, if that wasn't enough, we have an enormous partner streamer joining us on the 5th of July, Jordan Lane, who is an insanely good, talented indie musician who's had a lot of great music to her credit. In fact, one single, These Dreams, was produced by Mike Shinoda. It's an unbelievable musician. So all of those folks are joining the Sandwich Show shortly in interviews coming up. So Give them all a follow and give us a follow here too if you've not been here before. Oh, that's so cool, Byron. You're a fan of Jory as well, and Emily. Yeah, absolutely. I did Jock's song as a closing song tonight. Pump it up. Yeah, that's so cool. I'm actually looking forward to every one of those. They're all going to be really good spots. I'm just like, this entire month is just fire. It's just so good. So many great interviews coming up. So, yeah, pump it up for sure. So now, folks, with us all here, it is now time to introduce the new tune showcase for the month of June. Are you ready, David, to reveal who is to come in this week's new tune showcase? Now, before we do that, let's just quickly explain what it is. David, if you wouldn't mind.
Okay. The way I describe it is it's a songwriters round with a twist where Irene comes up with a phrase or something, and then they all have to go away and write one song that's performed for the first time in the event. So it's an interesting twist to an interesting showcase.
Absolutely. And you know what's really amazing about it is that you can get some amazing original music out of it. So it's really great that Irene organizes this. It's a chance to get to know some of the folks from Twitch, and even not on Twitch. Like
that's what I was gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
In this event, Irene sometimes, well, near enough always, put someone that does Facebook lives, or someone who actually doesn't stream sometimes, or does Instagram lives or something, and brings them into the Twitch community.
Yeah. After we announce this month's lineup, Irene, I'm going to make a nomination. However, I would first like to get this person on the Sandwich Show, so I'll try to time it so that we can both have a chance to meet this person. But I do think this singer-songwriter person would be an incredible get for New Tune Showcase. And I'm very serious when I say this. We'll tell you later. But let's first stick with the task at hand, and let's look at this month's lineup. June 11th, 3 o'clock Eastern, a very, very good event. It's been tremendous. I haven't had a chance to be on it live a lot, but when I have, it's been amazing. And if I'm not a lot there in person, I usually watch the VOD because it's so good. So, all right, David, here we go. So what we do, if you're a subscriber to our channel, we have a dun 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 emote, and we drum up each of these reveals with a dun 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 emote. So when you're ready, let's begin. So get the dun 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 in the chat. We have Irene Pena, who will be the host of the New Tune Showcase coming up on the 11th, and she will also contribute an original song in this session of singer-songwriters in the round. All right, David, here we go. So joining her first in this group of 5 singer-songwriters, or even acts. Let's just say acts because it could be a group. One of these could be a group.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. So our first act joining Irene in the New Tune Showcase is Dun 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 Dun. 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 Oh my goodness! What a shock! Holy cow! It's that Ifa guy! It's good to see you! I love it! Ryan! Oh, you know what? What's really amazing about this? So, for those who don't know who Ryan is, we mentioned it earlier as Ryan. Bump it up, Ryan! I love it! I love it! I love it! That's fantastic. So, Ryan has recently played an original song on stream, and it is rather fantastic. Like, it really grabs you emotionally. It's so good. Like, it's very deep, it's very rich, and it's touching. So I have full confidence he's going to do great at the New Tune Showcase. Congratulations for making it in this session. This is really cool. Like, this is fantastic. Well, folks from That EFAT Guys chat, you will get a chance to see some of the creative process behind our friend That EFAT Guy during next week's New Tune Showcase. I'm really excited about this.
And it's interesting because he's not performing on his own channel within the confines of the new showcase. You just get the raw talent coming through, right? You know, so it's another way to shine.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, I love it. All right, it says, I've been bugging Irene to announce that I am excited. I am too. This is fantastic. I can't wait for this to hit socials. People are going to be so pumped when they find out you're part of this. This is really great. And let me make sure to remind everybody next week too. I don't want people to forget this one. This is going to be really good. And so let's see who else is going to be joining Ryan and Irene on this month's New Tune Showcase. Here we go. Get the dun dun duns ready in the chat. Dun dun dun. Jane, oh my god! You know who? So, but if you're not familiar, if you don't know who that is, because that name might not be as familiar to you, many of you probably knew her as as SJ Creative. So she's part of Jane and the Huntsman, just so you know. So if you've been to SJ Creative or if you've been to Jane and the Huntsman, she's extremely brilliant. So what great company. Like, she is an incredibly bluesy, soulful singer-songwriter, musician. She is good. She also has a good TikTok, but very, very good. Yeah, SJ's in the mix. SJ's in the mix. Yep. That's really great. So, wow. Oh, I know! Right, I told you see that in the chat, David? Okay, I'm nervous now. I don't blame you, man. She's got chops for sure.
And we've still got 2 to go.
I know. Bar's so high already, though. This is great. Okay, so joining SJ and Ryan in the New Tune Showcase with Irene. Here we go. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Ryroy music. Cool beans. Now, I don't know if he streams. I think he does. I'm not sure. Would you know David?
No, I don't actually. It's one of Irene's.
Oh, he does. Okay.
Irene, do you want to?
Eflat says he does. Okay, that's great.
Okay. Yep.
I thought I'd seen the name before. So okay, great. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. Well, let's go. I forgot to do the shout outs here. Okay, so we have E-flat. Let's go. Let's do that again. So E-flat, follow. Irene, follow. Now, I don't exactly know. I think I'm going to shout out Jane and the Huntsman because I think that's the new name of her account. No, incorrect. I am bad. I don't think it's SJ Created, though. Huntsman? She changed her name. That's why I can't use SJ Creative because I don't think that's her name. No, she changed her handle, so I have to make sure I figure that out. Irene, could you help us with that? Oh, okay, great. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Just Jane? Are you sure? I will double check. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Oh, no. I don't think that's it. If anybody figures it out, let me know. Mods, if you could get that filled in for me, I'd appreciate it. Because the reason why it's a little complex is because pretty recently she changed her handle on so I don't exactly know. I'm gonna go to my Twitch panel and I'll go look it up right now. But I want to get that right though, because you all do need to be following SJ on Twitch. So Jane Hunts. Oh, it looks like that's right. Oh, okay, cool. It is quite literally. Why did that not work though? I'll try it again. That should have worked then. So Jane Huntsman, right there. That didn't work. Why did that not work? Well, no matter. I think that link will work, even though it says they are playing null. But very much a very, 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 very good musician. So most of us know her as SJ, and really, really good. So Rywar as well, and Irene, and there's one more. Let's find out who it is. Everybody, get the dun dun duns in the chat. You ready? Here we go. Dun dun dun. Nate Silas. Wow. Yes. Good get. Wow. And David, what can you tell us about Nate Silas?
Not a lot, actually.
I can tell you a few things.
You're better off.
He's from your side of the pond. That I know. Yeah, he could be an expat, but he is there now, and he's got a really cool vibe. Like, it's a very acoustic vibe. Good guitarist, and occasionally does dragon cosplay on stream. So he's a good personality. I think it'd be completely worth the while tuning in to see Nate's. This, by the folks, is a great lineup What an incredible new tune showcase we have coming up here. Well, this next week, this month, but then. And Irene says, so excited. I am too. This is a great lineup. So Jane has joined the fray, aka SJ, Roy, that E Flat Guy, Nate Silas, all extremely talented people. Please follow all these folks. And more important, most importantly, follow Irene because that's where you'll find the new tune showcase. It'll be really great, and they'll all be writing new music for this session. Yep. And Rod says, I need to practice my new tune a lot. Right on. Right on. So
Yeah.
it's June 11th, 3 o'clock Eastern Time, the new tune showcase for the month of June. It's going to be a good one. Don't miss it. I'm looking forward. Really, really good.
And in previous new tune showcases, um, because the new tune has to be heard for the first time on this particular show, sometimes there's a built-up steam from the actual channel itself because they may play little bits but not all of it, and they get really frustrated until the new showcase where actually it's revealed in its full entirety.
Well, I can see the pressure of trying to write a new song, right? Like there's definitely pressure
Yeah,
for that.
and the channel knows there's a new tune, but it's not being performed on the channel.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Well, this has certainly been quite a fun time. I'm wondering if there's anything else we can get into before we go. Like, is there anything else you want to run into? Oh, I mean, I totally get that. Like, I can imagine because the logistics of that can always be it's exciting, but it can also be frightening too because that's a lot of technology to get five people together on the screen at once. I've done it. Like, I know the feeling. I know the feeling. But any other thoughts you had as far as the new tune showcase is concerned and what's to come?
We've got more of the same coming up.
I love it. Yeah.
And this is the time to talk about what's happening in the next couple of months or so, Davey, or
I think that's Irene's call. Irene, what would you say? Because I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't want to speak out of turn, so I'll let
no,
Irene make
no,
the
we can
decision.
do it. I can talk in the round. It's not, we're not revealing names, but
Mm-hmm. Hippo
um,
wants me to eat a death note. It's gonna take a level 5 hype train. I'm not gonna do it right now. Not gonna do it for anything less right now. Oh yes, business please. Okay, okay. So David, I think it's yours. Take it away.
okay. So we've got coming up in July. We've got exactly the same as what we got going on there.
Okay.
I'm still adding people into the Ray Train. But the reason I just wanted to talk about it is the month of August coming up. That's the biggie, which we've never done before on Together Wherever. We've actually got two serious um, events going on. Um, Now, the one that I really want to talk about is that we've got an August charity going on, and the aims is actually it's going to be running if we can get it there for 4 days, 24 hours. So you do the maths with 2 hour slots, and we've got some serious streamers taking part on that, and that is for a well-known charity. No Kids Go Hungry. And we're still putting the schedule together, and we got a call out to all musicians who want to take part in that to fill the slot up. It's in a worthy cause. Um, so we'll do more of that on nearer the time, but that's a big shout out to all our fellow music streamers. This is your chance to actually pay something back if you want to do that. And the other thing we've got going on that I'll just touch on is that we've got a Together Wherever country folk music festival going on, which will be over 5 days. And we've got a serious number of streamers on that as well. So August is going to be a busy, busy month.
Now, that is an amazing two events you have just mentioned. Now it's still in the formative stages, so we do not have graphics.
We're not at the stage of revealing,
Mhm.
but it the music festival is been set up as if it was an in real life music venue. So it's not a traditional road train. So it's set up that very small streamers can have a 1 hour slot. The normal streamers will have 2 hours to showcase, and we have actually got featured artists running for 3 hours, all in the mix. And we've got a feature artist going per day for the whole of the festival, like you would have at a proper music festival. So this is taking us right way out of a raid train in experience, uh, and we're focusing it this time round on country and folk. But if it's popular, and it seems to be popular with the streamers,
Mhm.
we may do this again with maybe a different genre or a different theme. So it could be we could be doing the game depending on if people like it or not.
Wow. I mean, it's a very ambitious project, and we're wishing you all the best of luck. That's an incredible event. It really is. And so good luck, everyone. I hope it goes well. So I think that's going to wrap it up for our show tonight. But before we go, I want to thank some people. Quite a few. First of all, let's thank the mods. I guess it's, let's see, Mod Love all the time. All the mods are always doing great things for us. So I appreciate you so much for all your help tonight. Let me just make sure to check one thing. So what we also want to do is we need to make sure to thank the folks here in our community for all they've done.
Absolutely.
A lot of incredible generosity tonight. So let me give you your just due. So here are all the people that have donated, that have rated, and all the folks who have done cheers. Thank you, Irene, for the cheers. Thank you for all the subs and resubs, Tina and Ryan with the raid. Really, really nice of you to raid us tonight. That's incredibly generous of you to do so. And we're so excited to learn you're going to be part of New Tune Showcase, Ryan. That's great. It's really great. So now I have to do. I'm tasked with doing a poll, and I'll tell you why. Because we have a number of folks that we could raid tonight, and multiple of these folks have been involved. Well, thank you. Oh goodness, I love that, right, Irene? Thank you so much. And many of them are involved in the Together Whererever Streamfest coming up. So I'm going to list them out here. I'm going to give it to the chat to just make a decision on who to raid. So we could raid. And I'm actually going to add some folks who are going to be part of Dino Streamfest coming up too, because we'll be tied into that as well. But we have the Fonz. I'm going to let the chat vote. We have the Fonz. We have... I did see... Who was it? Sally. Sally is streaming right now.
Yeah, Sally Wallock. Yes.
Sally Wallock is streaming. We have... and then anybody else? We also had... Oh, yeah. So I mentioned the Fonz.
Natalie's on.
Oh, Natalie too. Okay, so Natalie Hamilton.
Okay.
I do see that, yeah. And just to repeat, she is pretty good. So, we will not allow additional votes. And I will put in one for Bill Larkin Music just because he's celebrating a 2-year stream anniversary.
Okay.
but we have several folks who are going to be part of Together Wherever.
Yeah.
Make your votes now, everybody. We're going to let the chat decide who to raid tonight. Oh, thank you for the bits, Pinball. Thank you so much. And folks, thank you for contributing to the Borka Broadway Production Challenge. Natalie's rating out. Okay, so do not vote for Natalie. So she will not be a selection. So let's leave it to the Fonz and Sally and anybody else. So let us know.
I think I should say thank you as well, David.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
for
David.
putting this on. I appreciate what you do.
Absolutely.
For us.
And thank you too. And so there's one last chance to put in points for the community challenge this month, which is to bork an entire Broadway production. So if you'd like to do that, this is the last minute or so that you'll have a shot at it. All right, got about a minute left. But yeah, no, my thanks to you too. Thank you for filling in for Irene tonight. That was really nice of you to do that. And go out and celebrate. I know it's really early in the morning. Please get some good sleep. And
This is like a role reversal because Irene would normally be doing it for you, and I would be in the chat, and this has been the other way around.
Oh yeah, true. It's true. It's very true. Irene says, "David, go to sleep." Oh, thank you for the points, everybody. Irene, thank you. Bring me rocks. Thank you too. Thank you too. We're moving along in our community challenge. It's really great. I really appreciate that so much. We'll make it worth your while. We'll try to be as wacky as possible with this Broadway production, whatever it may be. I don't even know which one I'm going to pick. I'm going to need some help from our musical theater community for that one. Yeah. Oh, Destiny's on too. Wow. Maybe I should have added them. Well, regardless.
You're running out of time.
Yeah. Sally appears to be win. Yeah, it looks like Sally's going to win. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and raid Sally Wallock, where I've been before. And that's a good time. So thank you again, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend. And enjoy the weather. We will see you at Sally Wallock Music. Please give Sally Wallock a follow. No, thank you, Tina. I appreciate you so much. So they'll get these are the raid calls. Please, if you're a follower, that's your raid call there. If you have a subscription, copy this one. Oh, I know. Hey, Ifat, this is the 311 tour T-shirt that my sister Steffi Loves Sushi and her husband gave this to me. It's a great shirt, right? Yeah, thanks. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, the 311, a great band. So copy the raid calls, everyone. Let's go over to Sally Wallock and say hello. Please give Sally Wallock a follow, as she's going to be part of Together Whererever in June. I think she's good. I recommend it anyway. So we'll start the raid now. And as I mentioned, have a great rest of your night. We'll see ya on Monday. Hopefully all things go according to plan, and we will see you with Jory Abner Music. Is going to be really fun. So let's do the thing. Here we go. On to Sally Wallock Music. Give her a follow, folks. Show some love. Send some love as you always do. And we'll see you there. Hold on just a second. Just let's just wait for this to be official. And okay. Let's do the thing. So let me go back, and we're doing it. Take care, everybody. Have a good night. And David, yeah, thank you too. So we'll raid over to Sally Wallock, and let's give her a follow. Take care, everybody.